Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, banning social media. The feds introduce legislation intended to protect kids from online harm. Paramedic pushback. The province pauses its plan to give emergency health services a new name and uniforms. And Edmonton Explorer, a new yet vintage way to sightsee in the city this summer.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
The federal government is officially moving to ban kids under the age of 16 from using social media. The measure was introduced in online safety legislation tabled today.
We're failing our children. Enough is enough. Our parents cannot face these challenges alone, and the safety of children can't be an afterthought. We need basic protection in place so every child in this country can be safe on platforms they use every day.
In addition to the social media age restrictions, the bill would also regulate platforms and companies behind AI chatbots by requiring them to act responsibly. That would include measures such as crisis intervention protocols. The bill covers 7 types of content. They include inducing self-harm, bullying, inciting violence, promoting hatred, and non-consensual intimate content. Alberta's government says policy should focus on empowering parents and giving them the tools they need to protect their children. The province is halting a rebrand of emergency health services following significant pushback from paramedics. Last month, the province said EHS paramedics would be changing to Alta Paramedic Health. Organizations representing paramedics said new uniforms and a new logo did nothing to address EMS staffing issues. Alberta's Hospital and Surgical Health Services Minister, Adriana LaGrange, says she's now ordered the rebrand to stop and EHS to return to its previous name and logo. LaGrange is also promising consultations. Her ministry says less than $25,000 in project funding was spent on the rebrand. She also says no operational money went towards the project. Edmonton's mayor is pushing a 5-year economic strategy for the city. Andrew Knack says the plan is focused on getting more businesses to set up shop here. Business advocates say the city may first need to change impressions investors have. CTV's Connor Hogg has more.
Hope Docking got into the video game industry working at Edmonton-based company BioWare. She's since founded her own company, which is working on creating a game called Otter Half.
That's something that Edmonton is going to be proud of internationally, that we're a hub for video game development. We have to put in the effort and the time and the money to grow that from the grassroots up.
Edmonton wants its 5-year economic development strategy to help local businesses grow. The plan outlines ways to create a stronger business environment, drive investment, and better market the city. Mayor Andrew Knack says all could help build Edmonton's non-residential tax base.
We've been seeing growth in business in the city. We've been seeing economic development improvements in the city, but it's not at the scale that I think we need. And so that's where I would agree to say we're not doing enough.
Business advocates say some of the city's policies have driven away investment. They say more needs to be done to fight negative impressions some investors have of Edmonton.
We would like to see beautification and cleanliness and action. This plan assumes that this is part of economic development, but it isn't named as an action, and we think it needs to be.
What is the story about this place? Are people inspired and confident enough to invest here? That feeling drives the decisions that actually move economies.
I'm encouraged that we actually will be taking this seriously in a way that maybe we haven't been for quite some time.
City Council has passed a motion that administration work with the different business improvement areas on specifics in order to make this plan a reality. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
One of the groups helping guide the city with the installation of the new Harbin Gate says it can no longer support the project. The Chinese Benevolent Association says its input has been sidelined by the city. It's also against spending nearly $9 million on the new gate. The old Harbin Gate, located in Chinatown, was taken down in 2017 for LRT construction. The new one is being installed on 97th Street, just before Jasper Avenue. The CBA says it would rather use the money for other revitalization efforts.
I think the priorities of the communities as a whole at the Chinatown and also next to our neighbor, the downtown as well, the safety, the sanitation, and also the recovery of the business will be more benefits for the residents and also the local businesses.
The city says it approved an extra $3 million to offset inflation. The project is expected to be completed in 2027. The Edmonton Police Service Homicide Unit is now leading an investigation into the death of a 22-year-old man. Police say earlier this morning, officers responded to a call that someone was in medical distress near 124th Street and 109th Avenue. Officers found the 22-year-old dead there. Police say an autopsy has not been scheduled yet. Investigators are asking anyone with dash cam or doorbell camera video to contact them. Police are warning people about a man charged in more than a dozen fraudulent buy and sell transactions. Last year, Ryan Kenzie was convicted and served a sentence for 9 fraud-related offenses. Police say he contacted people selling items like watches, phones, and jewelry. He would then meet the seller and say he had already sent an e-transfer that was never actually sent. Police say since being released, Kenzie is facing new charges for the same kind of scheme, and they're asking anyone who may have been defrauded to contact investigators. Weeks of hard work made its way into the Elections Alberta office this afternoon. Volunteers with Water Not Coal dropped off boxes of signed petitions to the Edmonton office. The group has been collecting signatures to stop coal exploration and mining within the eastern slopes of the Rocky Mountains. Proponents say mining hurts the environment and puts water at risk. Alberta musician Corb Lund has been behind the push for this petition. He says in his experience, coal companies are not forthcoming about how much they pollute.
Don't trust them 1 inch. And I tell anyone who's a fiscal conservative who's concerned about the taxpayer that this is a golden opportunity to save the taxpayer billions, because I stake my reputation on the fact that at the end of this thing, in 10, 20, 30 years, when the coal's gone, the taxpayer will be left with billions of dollars to clean up, just like we always are.
Lund says he also expects the provincial government to use the question as stated on the petition. Since his team jumped through hoops to get the wording approved, Elections Alberta has 21 days to verify the petition. The 2 final MLA recall petitions are now void. Alberta's chief electoral officer says the petition to recall NDP MLA Marie Renaud was withdrawn by the applicant. And the petition against Progressive Tory Party MLA Peter Guthrie was not submitted with signatures by the deadline. All 28 recall petitions against MLAs have either fizzled out or failed to get the required number of signatures. There's a new way to explore attractions around the city through the Discover Edmonton Pass and the Edmonton Explorer trolley service. That's where we find CTV's Evan Kenny this evening. He just took a ride on the trolley. So, Evan, tell us about some of the stops that were made.
Matt, there's 20 different stops where people can get on and off this 1920s style trolley. Now, admission to some of those stops is included in the Discover Edmonton Pass, like Fort Edmonton Park or the TELUS World of Science. Now, other stops include some of Edmonton's famous landmarks, like the Hotel McDonald and the Legislature grounds. The trolley service will open to the public Monday and will run until Thanksgiving. 3 trolleys will run each day of the week on 2 different routes. One goes through central Edmonton, the other goes through the West End. Explore Edmonton says it's a great way for both locals and tourists to see more of the city.
We know it's a great place to visit. Our visitors always rate Edmonton highly, but there's a lot to see. So what this does is allow us to connect people through all of those experiences in a relatively short period of time.
Each trolley can carry more than 30 people, and all are wheelchair accessible. Tickets to rides start at $30. Meanwhile, the Discover Edmonton Pass starts at $39. Matt?
All right, Evan Kenny on board the trolley for us tonight. Thank you. Well, Josh, it's a good thing those trolleys are not convertibles. So some rain and thunderstorms out there today.
Yeah, if you got caught underneath one of those really intense storm cells, it was pouring. Didn't last long, but it was pouring, even some small hail in parts of the city. We're at 14 degrees right now. There's your wind out of the northwest, about 15. When those shower and thunderstorm cells rip through, you get gusts to about 30, 40 kilometers per hour. It's a little warmer off to the north. Villeneuve-Nemeo at 17 and 18. We actually got to 18 degrees for a high before the showers and thunderstorms earlier this afternoon here in the city. 21 degrees The average daytime high should be back in that range, I think, by Saturday. Look at this, it was a pretty active day across most of the province. No severe thunderstorms, but lots of lightning out there and some heavier pockets of rain. You can see there's one area of showers sliding through the south side of the city and parts of West Edmonton. And then off to the north, you have another little thunderstorm cell just south of Westlock, up around Athabasca, that one there. Those would be the three that we'd watch for to potentially roll through. All of this is going to slide past the west end of the Edmonton area. It actually, I think, over the course of the next couple of hours is going to start to get a little bit drier than it has been through the past few hours. Still a few hit and miss showers to go, but by the time we get to about 9 o'clock tonight, those should all be south of us and fizzled up. 14 degrees at 9 p.m. Temperatures will just kind of hold steady here over the course of the next few hours. 10 tomorrow morning. Mostly cloudy skies to start, and then a chance of some showers tomorrow, especially midday and early afternoon. A little gusty as well. Changes for the weekend, sunnier and warmer. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, a new program pairing local kids with rescued animals.
So cute. Programming brought to you by the music of Harry Potter with your Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. Learn more at winspearcenter.com.
Thursday on your morning, as the World Cup arrives in Canada, we talk about the politics off the pitch, especially in U.S. relations, plus how to know a weed from a wildflower and what to do about it.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
TSN is reporting the NHL is moving forward with an investigation into former head coach Mike Babcock. It's connected to allegations Babcock invaded players' privacy during his brief time with the Columbus Blue Jackets in 2023. On Monday, TSN reported the Edmonton Oilers may want to hire Babcock as their next head coach. The team asked the NHL Players Association if anything needed to be resolved before that could be done. TSN says if Babcock backs out at this stage, there would be no reason for the league to continue its investigation. Babcock resigned from the Blue Jackets after a report he asked players to share personal photos from their phones. The Edmonton Oilers are looking to add some new faces to their orange and blue ice crew. Applications for the ice crew are being accepted online until next Wednesday, the 17th. Selected candidates will be invited to audition for the team later this month at Rogers Place. Auditions include a mix of improv, skating, and other interactive tests. Organizers say the ice crew plays a key role in the game day experience.
Doesn't feel like a job for them. They come to the rink and they get to cheer on the Oilers but they get to have fun with it, and they're creating a fun atmosphere for our fans. So they just have so much fun with it.
The team has 36 spots available, with returning ice crew members also auditioning. A new program is giving local kids a chance to volunteer in the community while helping animals. It's called Karma. As CTV's Amanda Anderson explains, the name is appropriate, with the program proving beneficial to everyone involved.
Oh, hello! Playing with kittens is a perk for these young volunteers.
So cute. They're the cutest things ever.
I want to take them all home.
They're part of a new program started by the Alberta Homeward Hound Rescue Bureau called Karma.
Karma stands for Kids, Animal Rescue, Mentorship, and Advocacy. So the program is actually built around so that children have an opportunity to volunteer and help out with animals.
Kids get to learn how a rescue runs and get hands-on experience helping at adoption events.
And we introduce all of our animals. We have charity events. We have a golf tournament that we do charity at.
Sometimes I make toys for the cats and dogs.
Volunteer work the kids enjoy, especially having an active role helping animals find forever homes.
We just want every animal to have a good home.
It's important for kids to learn how to take care of animals and how to advocate for animals.
That's why we created this program, because not all children excel in sports or have interest in sports. This is something else they can do. It's no cost to anyone.
In just 4 months, Karma already has 20 kids volunteering.
So we're also looking for leaders, people that are interested in learning about animal rescue as adults that could come and potentially help us with our Karma program because it is growing so quickly.
Krista Atmore says having the kids around has eased pressure on regular volunteers.
I really enjoy spending time with them and seeing the joy that these animals bring to them.
I love the people I've met through it, and I love just like being able to be there for animals and provide safety and like loving and support for animals.
Amanda Anderson, CTV News, St. Albert.
Still to come tonight on CTV News, A House with Heart. Legendary wrestler Bret the Hitman Hart checks out an artist's recreation of his childhood home.
It was a house of love, like mostly for so many people that were there.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
An artist in Calgary is bringing a wrestler's childhood home to life. This is a miniature version of the house Bret the Hitman Hart and his 11 siblings grew up in. Hart had no problem pointing out his room where he bunked with 5 of his brothers. The miniature home also features a replica bear in a cage that used to be on the premise, the dungeon where the boys would wrestle, and a whole lot of memories.
They're all good memories, and that's the one thing about the Hart House, I think, is that it was a house of love, like mostly for so many people that were there. Like even the wrestlers that visited, it was a fun place to go and walk around.
Hart moved out of the home in 1978, and his family sold the place in the early 2000s. I'm going to have to dig out my old action wrestling figures, Josh, and throw them in there. They look pretty good in that house.
Yeah?
That's all I was missing, just a few action figures.
Well, who's your favorite action figure?
My favorite action figure or favorite wrestler?
No, wrestler.
Oh, I love the Big Show. Whoa, well, he's the Big Show.
No.
Mother Nature's gotten us on the rings this week, Josh.
Sure.
Or on the ropes, I should say. A lot of rain out there.
Yes, there is. Off and on showers, and that'll be the case again, it looks like tomorrow afternoon. River Valley Sky Camps brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free. Why do I ask these questions some days? 14 degrees in Edmonton after 18 for a daytime high. 16 to the south in Red Deer, 10 in Fort McMurray. Grand Prairie, the hotspot around the province, 22 degrees. There's not a lot of heat on that map or in the short and long-term forecast. There is a little bit of a ridge that briefly is going to come through, though. Today, you got this big upper trough, this cool air in the mid and upper levels. That's going to weaken and start to push off to the east. Look at the heat that starts to build in through the weekend and into Monday. The problem is, now, if you like heat and sunshine, that's not going to stick around. Watch how that gets flattened out by Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. So temperatures jump back into the 20s here, and we peak in the mid-20s on Monday, but then we slip right back to around average and around 20 for daytime highs middle to the end of next week. Some more rain in the forecast for parts of next week as well, and tomorrow, potentially Friday morning. We're already, after today's rainfall, already at the monthly average for June, 70 millimeters of rain. On average for the entire month, we're up at 70 now after today. Lots of thunderstorm activity across most of central and southeastern Alberta. You can see that's kind of breaking down a little bit just off to the north. Still a couple showers and thunderstorms there just north of the city, and then we'll see what happens with that cell there back around Slave Lake. As we mentioned earlier, all of this stuff along Highway 43 is going to pass south and stay west of the Edmonton area. You've also got some showers, but not a lot of lightning in east central Alberta. That should fizzle out through the early to mid-evening hours. Tomorrow morning, I'm not saying there's no rain in the area, but it looks like it's probably just mostly cloudy. Showers off to the northeast of the city. If we're going to see rain tomorrow, the best chance is going to be midday and into the early afternoon. The bulk of this is going to be shower and thunderstorm activity west and south of the city. We're right on the edge of it, but I think we will get grazed by a couple of shower or thunderstorm cells at some point tomorrow afternoon. And then Friday, cloudy skies in the morning, chance of a couple scattered showers, but nothing all that heavy. And then some breaks in the cloud Friday afternoon. 10 degrees tomorrow morning in Edmonton and Grand Prairie, 8 in Fort McMurray. Watch your daytime high tomorrow, just 9. 12 in Cold Lake, 16 in Grand Prairie. So you've got some really cool air that's going to get sucked in, especially across the northeast. Red Deer at 17 for a daytime high, and we'll be about 17 or 18 for a daytime high as well. Again, like today, it's not going to be heavy, steady, nonstop rain, but scattered showers potentially in the afternoon. Teen temperatures again Friday, and then into the 20s for the weekend and Monday.
All right, Josh, thank you. People in Red Deer are getting a chance to walk in someone else's shoes. The poverty simulation is designed to help people understand difficult decisions low-income families face. It recreates a month in the life of a working poor family. Participants take on different roles and find ways to pay for essentials like food and housing while dealing with real, unexpected challenges. Participants then debrief and can reflect on the experience.
It builds empathy, but I think the best part about Poverty Sims is you start to have conversations on how as a community we can come together and create solutions right here in our local communities to help alleviate some of that strain.
The United Way takes this simulation to different cities across the province. When we return, students, science, and strikes. Thousands of kids take in a Riverhawks game with some unusual additions.
Programming brought to you by Alberta iGaming Corporation. For integrity, for fun, for Alberta.
Thousands of students skipped class today for a school spirit-themed Riverhawks game. As CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti shows us, even the mascots got in on the action.
Remax Field is louder than usual on a Wednesday afternoon, with more than 8,000 kids cheering on the Edmonton Riverhawks.
We have volunteers that have hearing problems, and so we wanted them to experience this noise for about 2 hours today.
It's really fun. I just like to be loud, and it's outside, so you get to scream.
An atmosphere even the players are loving.
Summer ball, this is hands down the top I think that it gets.
Before I got here, a couple hundred, 500 was the most amount of people I played in front of, but here, this is thousands of people.
These students from across the Edmonton area are soaking up every inning of the school spirit-themed game.
We really hope the team wins, and it's a lot of fun to come here. I want them to really win, and it's my first ever baseball game.
The Riverhawks say adding a theme to each game helps create a fun experience for everyone, including the mascots.
We really want to be different each and every game, and that's what really I think is a big part of our personality, and we want people coming down here not knowing what they might expect.
While the Riverhawks fell 7-3 to the Victoria Harbour Cats, it didn't dampen the spirits of these young fans.
They may not even know how to spell baseball, but they know they had a great experience here, and our players will really remember this, so we're pretty happy.
Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.